Welcome back, everyone, to the Nemesis Gaming League. They said it couldn't be done. They said we can't have Thursday games in Nemesis. Well, they were wrong. Okay, I'm here with my good friend Ventus. How you doing?
Uh, I'm fantastic, honestly. Thursday stream, one of the only times we'll ever be able to experience this. We have a great matchup between the Spartans and Godfathers. Both these teams, it's going to be really close. Both these teams kind of had up and down seasons. Before Demetree was on Godfathers, they weren't very good. Demetree comes in, him and JP revitalize this team. They have slacked off a little bit towards the end. I think they only went 1-3 towards the end of the season. But Spartans in a similar boat. They had Aciduk, I think, from the beginning. But Kratozz was an addition from Pinnacle. I believe Pinnacle released him. He goes over to Spartans, and they have just done really well. They are 3-1 in their last four. Both these teams have some high octane offenses and some great defenses, specifically Demetree and JP. Those two do not let anything in the net. We'll see who comes out on top.
Yeah, I'm excited to find out. And, it's a late game for Rocket League, but I feel like all these Titan League players are some late gamers, right? Because most of their games that they schedule during the regular season are later. So it's not completely out of the question that they're playing this late because, probably most of them are unemployed. Anyways, Marv sends it over to Kratozz. Demetree with a nice touch. Aciduk follows it up. Now it's JP struggling to get his bearings here. He misses another touch. He's maybe has a little bit of nerves going so far, but a nice flip reset. Oh my goodness. Almost has an insane play. Aciduk with a ridiculous save. Kratozz down the pitch. Oh no. This could be bad. Nice little cut, but unfortunately doesn't get what he wanted. Aciduk gonna send it towards the net. Marv now, last one to defend. He has a whole lot of boost, a full tank to be exact. He gets bumped, but he's still on it. Beautiful recovery from him. Ball sent out wide. JP gets blocked by Aciduk. Zenith gonna get blocked out as well. And now it's Kratozz down the other end. He can't get the redirect. JP gets an insane double. And now it's up to Marv to cut it. He bumps him. Gets the demo. Kratozz can't find the touch. Zenith gets it over to Aciduk. Kratozz tries to find a touch. He is successful. Tries to get the 50. He's also successful. He is so successful. He might as well just be a CEO for a billion-dollar company.
I mean, uh, I don't even know what that reference was, but definitely he's been playing great so far. I think that the Godfathers have been playing a little bit better than the Spartans. The Spartans look a little bit discombobulated, especially on defense. I think that they've made a little bit too many double commits. I think that the Godfathers have played really well in the midfield, though. They look pretty consistent. For me, the Godfathers come down to how well is Zenith going to be as this third man. We know how good Demetree and JP are, but Zenith needs to be able to step up in these big-time moments in order for me to have full faith that the Godfathers will win. The Spartans have kind of a three-headed monster now. I know Aciduk has been absolutely phenomenal for the Spartans, and I'm looking for him obviously to step up, but really it's going to be Marv for me. I know Kratozz and Aciduk both really well, not really well, but I know they've been in the Titan League for a good bit. I know Aciduk outside of the series. I know that I've seen him play a couple times. And it's going to be Marv really as the big shining light, whether he's going to be able to hold down that third man or if he's going to be able to shine out in that first or second man role. Both these teams have some insane rosters, but I think those two specifically are going to be the downfall or the absolute reason that the team wins.
Oh my goodness, Zenith almost with a great shot. Demetree just completely whiffs, looking like me on an average Tuesday. JP sends it off the sidewall. Marv off the ceiling. Kratozz sends it down, and now Zenith to collect it. He gets one. Tries to find a second flip reset in tow. Demetree going under, but he cannot go down under. Australia reference. Get with the times. JP up with it. Can't find anything besides this right here. Beautiful flip reset. Zenith pops it high. Aciduk gonna get a touch, and he's successful. Marv has one to beat, but Demetree gonna do stout defense. Just insane defense so far from both of these teams, but it just seems like so far Spartans just playing better defense. They do have more saves, but I think this is going to come down to who can counterattack, because one of these times, one of these teams is going to slip up here, Ventus.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams have been able to react in time and have somebody back for those counterattacks, and have played them a little bit back more, quick in their rotation, especially going back just to limit those counterattack options. As a great save coming out from Demetree, going all the way across the net from a great shot from Kratozz. And I mean, it's really going to be who starts to lack in the rotation first, who's going to try to linger up, get a little bit too greedy. Once that starts happening, we'll see these goals coming out from the counterattacks, but both these teams just electing to kind of take possession in their corner, pull it out, and try to create an offensive push, and then waiting and going back to defense and starting it over once again. Because it looks very different from what we saw the Dragons play. The Dragons full octane offense, throwing everything they have at the net. But it seems like this a little bit more methodical, trying to bait out the other team's rotation.
Yeah, and I think that is the way to play. You know, even though it's a little bit of a snooze fest right now, no goals being scored, and it's a little late, guys. Give me something to work with here. As Aciduk puts it in the back of the net with 0 remaining.
I mean, that's a great play there. I mean, a great solo play, good flick. Demetree just trying to play the shot from Marv. It looks like Marv going up there. I mean, just perfectly placed. A little lackluster on the speed, just to make sure it's harder to redirect off the poster. To use the momentum of the shot in the favor of the defense. And I mean, unfortunately for Demetree, you can't do much there. Overall, though, a very, very even showing. Not a really high scoring game. Not a high scoring for points for either team. But I mean, that's just how these two teams play. It seems like it's gonna be that counterattack. They're playing the midfield. They're taking the possession to their corner, going out into the midfield, maybe trying to look for a pass, and then immediately falling back onto defense and looking for the counter, and then using that to fluctuate the rotations between the two teams, and really just focusing on catching the other team out of the rotation. But neither team has really done that so far.
Yeah, I mean, that last goal was just Aciduk doing Aciduk things. Might I add, I love the name Aciduk. You know, some of you guys in Nemesis have excellent usernames. You included, Ventus. You know, I'll give you some love, you know. As we see, Marv takes it down the pitch. Demetree pops it high. Gets a second touch, a third. Oh my goodness, trying to do it all himself. JP off the backboard. Zenith tries to get a flip reset. He's successful. Marv down the pitch. Wait a second. This might be the opportunity you were talking about, Kratozz. I mean, just perfect placement in the back of the net off of an insane pass from Marv.
Yeah, and this is what I talked about. Demetree getting a little bit greedy, a little bit too aggressive as that third man. And the player in the midfield in Marv was just able to get the redirect past him. And Kratozz having an open net, it's not an easy shot, especially at that angle. I think he had a little bit more time than he thought of. So he really forced himself to put it on very quickly from when it bounced off the back wall. But I mean, a great shot and a great counterattack from the Spartans, able to catch Demetree out of rotation. And I mean, that's what this series is going to be all about.
What in the world is happening? This might just be a goal as Kratozz, an insane defensive play. 0 boost remaining, and he jumps up and saves a surefire goal. It seems like the ball pinched back behind the second man, and Kratozz got bumped, so that was definitely a difficult situation for him to be in, as he gets a nice touch. JP now sends it across, trying to see either JP or Demetree. I mean, they are the highest MMR players on this team, and the best ones, as we see Demetree making a difference.
I mean, that's just a great shot from Demetree. It's a good play from Zenith to try to force Marv into a bad touch. Marv trying to just force the ball off Zenith's car, but unfortunately it's right to Demetree, and Demetree, absolute snipe shot, able to put it around both defenders of the Spartans, tie up the scoring, and it doesn't even matter that he made a mistake there in the rotation to allow the first goal, because he gets it right back.
Yeah, 100%. You know, you got to make up for your mistakes. I mean, I just think that's just the way of life in Rocket League. You know, it's not necessarily you have to, but it'd be nice, you know, your teammates won't yell at you. As we see Marv popping it high, Zenith going to get a nice pass, but it's going to be to the other team, as we see maybe a 2v1 developing, but Kratozz taking his time as Aciduk pops it down. Marv gets one, gets a second, might as well get a third. Beautiful 50. Fortunately, can't follow it up beyond that. He is unfortunately not LK when it comes to 50ing. Marv up with the ball. Can't find the touch past the defender. Kratozz gets it to the side. Marv up with it. Now Aciduk, he's going to act like he has boost, but I think the defense knows he doesn't have boost now. Kratozz can't beat out Zenith. And now it's Demetree. Gonna send it the other way. He tries to get a pass. Marv gonna get taken out. And it's Kratozz versus Zenith. 1v1 opportunity. He's going for the 50, but he can't find it. But it's the perfect setup for Aciduk, who's having an insane series.
Yeah, I mean, that's just really unfortunate for Zenith. It looks like he misses a couple pads, rotating back in the midfield, playing a little bit too passive. And Kratozz, all he has to do is just look for that 50, knowing that the defender has to make a play on it. And, I mean, that bounce out back into the mid, perfectly executed by Aciduk, able to put that one in the back of the net. Spartans get a 2-1 lead. And, I mean, I'm surprised with how JP has played. I expected him to do a little bit more. I feel like he hasn't really stood out as much as I expected him to. He hasn't made some, like that right there. It wasn't a great touch, and it kind of allowed possession to fall back into the Spartan hands. I mean, a long ball there from Zenith, trying to put that one on target. I mean, the Godfathers will look so much better, I think, once JP is able to lock in. It looks like maybe there's some miscommunications. A team bump happened with Zenith and JP, and I mean, it seems like they got a couple things to iron out, but once JP is locked in, I think this Godfathers team is going to be dangerous.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I honestly, it just seems like he's shaky. Maybe some nerves going on over there, but yeah, I mean, he just has to iron out his nerves and he'll be fine. I mean, it's a playoff game, elimination game. Totally get it. You're down 2-1 and 1-0 in the series. Totally understandable, but, you know, it's now or never as JP, an insane save, just talking about him. Aciduk takes it high, flip, reset in tow, gets it over one Demetree. Nice ball. Marv can't get it to go, and now Aciduk has to take it slow, gives it over to Kratozz, who gets blocked away. Marv, excellent cut from him. Kratozz ends up getting the boost, and now it's Marv to send it all the way to the right. Kratozz has a ton of boost, but misreads the ball there. That could be detrimental. Aciduk sends it to the sidewall. Less than a minute to go. Can the Godfathers come back into this one? They so desperately need a goal here. Can't go down 2-0 in the series. Zenith gets a nice 50. That's popped high. Marv, though. Excellent play from him, but JP, a nice 50. Aciduk takes things into his own hands, sends it down. JP there to corral that one. He sends it over the midfield line. Kratozz with one. Beautiful control touch from him. He gets a 50. Oh, no. Marv floating towards the net. That's disgusting.
Yeah, that's a great angle from Marv. Able to just float there, read how slow the ball is coming off the sidewall. A great angle. I mean, this game and the last minute or two of this game have been super, super scrappy from both sides. We saw a lot of double commits, a lot of demos coming out, a lot of cuts in rotation. And, I mean, Spartans just came out on top. It seems like they were just a little bit more polished. They didn't make as many mistakes. And a good beat in the midfield, especially on that third man, as JP looking for a psycho. I absolutely love and respect that effort out of him, but maybe just trying to get something going with 9 seconds left here. Zenith trying to play that one, but Marv getting a 50. Demetree getting a beat, but it's all the way into the Spartans corner. Aciduk getting the clear out, and that ball is going to hit the ground. Oh, it's not yet, though, as maybe just one for the road, but no, Aciduk is going to put that one down. Spartans taking a 2-goal lead. We didn't see a timeout in the last series. Maybe the Godfathers will use their timeout and try to reset themselves a little bit. It seems like Spartans started to run away with it at the very end, just from all the pressure and it seems like some nerves and some jitters. There are a lot of double commits from the Godfathers.
I mean, the question is, are Titan League players allergic to timeouts? Because it seems like they might be. I think they need to get a vaccine for that, for sure. As we see, I mean, honestly, Spartans, they looked pretty good, but Godfathers, they were right in it. You know, they were in it the whole way. It just unfortunately didn't go their way. An unfortunate 50 down the pitch. And I mean, Marv with that insane shot. I still can't. I mean, he pre-jumped it from basically midfield, and he got that insane angle. So kudos to Marv on that shot. But honestly, Godfather's not out of it yet. I mean, Zenith is playing out of his mind. I just think he needs JP to step up. Demetree's playing pretty up to par, I would say. It's just JP who's kind of struggling a little bit. He's struggling to find his rhythm, maybe finding his place in this team, right? Because, I mean, you have so many talented players on the team. You don't necessarily know where you fit in sometimes. So they're going to have to figure it out quick if they want to, you know, beat this insane Spartan squad who have been having their way with them so far as Aciduk Sends it over. Zenith can't get much other than that. Marv now down the pitch. It's in the midfield. Demetree over to Zenith. He sends it down. Aciduk fakes out for Kratozz. Demetree off the sidewall. Almost just bounces right in. Zenith gets a control touch. He gets demoed for his efforts, and now it's up to Kratozz. Kratozz with one. Can't find another. He gets bumped away. Aciduk gets a nice touch, but it's not the bounce he was looking for either. Marv off the ceiling it goes. Demetree tries to send it over, but Marv says no. Demetree gets another touch, but Kratozz pre-jump of doom from him. Zenith off the sidewall. Aciduk now sending it high. Zenith reads it perfectly. Now what can they do with this one? JP sends it down, but right into Kratozz' car. This could be dangerous. A nice 50 from him. Can't get it to go there, as we see still some more struggles coming out from JP here.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's just how the Godfathers have started their rotation. I feel like Demetree has played more of the second man, and I feel like JP is more of that traditional first or second man where he's wanting to be a lot in that play. But we see Zenith and Demetree kind of taking that role where they're playing a lot of that first man from him. And I think it's just started that like uncomfortable. He's not super comfortable in playing that third man. He's not really used to having to stay back as much. It leads to a bunch of double commits where it looks like Zenith was going to go for the touch in the midfield, and JP already pushed up, and it caused another miscommunication. And we see JP getting another cut, but Zenith was already up as the third man. And I mean, it seems like they don't have clear kind of roles. They want to play differently than they need to. And it's something that Godfathers haven't had to be used to. But it looks like this, an own goal coming out from Marv. Kratozz trying to put that one off target, but unfortunately not going to be able to do so. And that is absolutely disastrous for the Spartans.
You know, that is a good, that's a good lesson for everyone in here. If you're in your defensive end, really limit the amount of times you're flipping, because it is basically an unskippable cutscene, right? I mean, you can't do anything about it. Once your car touches the ball, it's pretty much wraps as Zenith tries to get it into the back of the net. Demetree can't find the touch. JP now over to Zenith. JP, finally some life from him, but Zenith, an insane goal.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just what JP's used to. He's used to being this kind of aggressive player, and being forced into that third man rotation has not been good for him. I think that Zenith has been really used to playing that third man role, kind of letting JP and Demetree do a lot of the work between the two of them and helping be that cleanup player at the third man role, and then Demetree also shifting into kind of a third man role to help out if needed. But I think that just how the Godfathers have played, they've been super awkward. And this one, Aciduk gonna put it right under Zenith to give to lessen the deficit to just one instead of the two that the Godfathers had. And it looked like another bad touch from JP. I mean, he just has not looked like himself in this series. A little bit lackluster, and I think he's just super awkward with his in the rotation.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, he had that great assist, but unfortunately for him, got dunked out by Aciduk, who, again, great play from him. I mean, honestly, oh my goodness, Aciduk. I gotta leave my setup. That was too gross. You got it, Ventus.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great touch off the corner. Just a skim right post and in. I mean, you could say a little bit lucky. Aciduk, a great shot though, nonetheless. And this, I mean, he's been so great for this Spartan squad. I mean, really kind of become their shooter. I mean, him averaging 0.8 goals per game. He's the leader on his team. Well, actually, I take that back. Kratozz is the leader on that team of the Spartans. But I mean, Aciduk also just absolutely insane on both sides of the ball. A great save though by Kratozz, but the net is open. Zenith is gonna put that one home, and JP gets another assist. Another time where he's second man in the midfield, absolutely shining.
Wonderful play from him, and a little bit of a double commit coming out from the Spartans. Those plays you really want to have back, especially if it's a communication error. But, Aciduk with those two insane Hello?
Hello, hello.
Okay, we're back, I think.
Gallium is back, folks.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I think both Crip and I just disconnected from the Discord somehow, but that's okay. We're back right in time. Marv, oh my goodness. There's no way.
I mean, that's a great play from Marv. I mean, the double tap. It looks like Zenith getting a skim there, kind of putting it in, but I mean, there's not much you can do. I mean, a great equalizer for the Spartans. Absolutely disastrous for Zenith and the Godfathers, who were looking very good in the middle of this game, number 3. And unfortunately for them, we are going to overtime, folks.
Overtime it is, Seems like a Titan, classic. Just going to OT and oh no. Oh my goodness. Aciduk with ice in his veins. Hats are flying everywhere. 3 goals for him in this game and no goal bigger than that one right there.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely clutch there for the Spartans. Spartans taking a 3-game lead. I mean, Aciduk had a great shot. JP jumped early, tried to get a good force, but unfortunately it wasn't that good of a force. Aciduk was just able to pop it right over him and play it to the backboard. I mean, Spartans looked good. I thought Godfathers looked a little bit better than them this game. It seemed like JP thrived a little bit better in this second man kind of role. He was able to get some more assists. I'm not sure what the Godfathers are going to kind of do. It seems like Zenith is played really well into this kind of first and second man role. Maybe they need to have Demetree play a more of a third man role. I know he is very comfortable and good at playing that kind of role, but I just don't think that the Godfathers are very comfortable with their rotations right now.
Yeah. I would agree, actually. I think they're just lacking that chemistry that we usually see from the best playoff teams, right? It just seems like they're not helping each other out when it matters most. Because if your teammate is in danger, right, you don't want to just leave them on an island, right? Give them at least a little bit some assistance. But it seems like the Godfathers are just kind of playing their own game right now. They played much better, obviously, in that game 3, but it's just the execution is there from the Spartans. As we see a little bit of a double commit, might have been, I ate my own words apparently there. As Duck misses his touch. Over to Marv. Marv with 1, gets a second. Spartans are up 3-0 in the series. Can they make it a sweep? We'll have to see. Off the backboard, Kratozz, nice 50. Aciduk tries to pre-flip into it. Demetree. He almost gets a touch. Zenith beats 1. Aciduk there to collect it. Kratozz gets 1. It pinches off the ceiling. Marv has to be there to recover that one. Marv trying to get another. He does. Beautiful play on 0 boost. Zenith with 1. Kratozz trying to find the edge. He does, but not before we see a little bit of some Godfathers action in the offensive zone. It just seems like they're just so much more fluid here, especially early on in this game for Ventus.
Yeah, I think it's really been JP kind of spearheading it. But as we say that, a shot coming out from Marv, a great save from Demetree, though. I thought that one was going to be in for sure, as, I mean, Demetree makes an impeccable save. And, I mean, JP has looked a lot better. I think he's played a lot more of this aggressive first man in the rotation. It seems like Godfathers are playing less as 3 individuals and much more of a team. And, I mean, they've been able to hold a lot of the pressure early. But this is when we start to see a lot of the counterattacks. And Spartans gonna find a bit of an open net. Zenith really pushing up far as that third man once again. I mean, it's the tale of what always has happened with this Godfathers roster. I mean, it might be a different player each time, but in general, the Godfathers pushing up a little bit too far. Spartans able to put a long ball in the net and counter them, and Spartans take a 1-goal lead. And, I mean, Marv, absolutely insane, already has a savior medal, put on a goal on top of that.
It just seems like, in that play in particular, I think the Godfathers thought they were the Detroit Lions. No defense whatsoever. Demetree finds a touch, tries to find a second, gets it to the sidewall. Attempts to go for something, but Kratozz there to beat him. It seems like the battle of 50s is happening, and it doesn't seem like a certain team has the edge so far. So if Godfathers can get that second man in the proper position to follow up one of these 50s, they could have something. As Marv gets a nice touch, Aciduk with a pinch of his own. 2 minutes and 20 seconds for this Godfathers team to find a goal here. They need one so desperately. JP off the sidewall. Gonna get one more. Demetree cuts for Zenith. And now he gets a nice 50. JP up with it. He just misses. Zenith now having to corral that one. Can't find anything else. Aciduk sends it down. Kratozz gonna be there for that one, but it honestly just seems like the same old story. It just seems like this Godfather team just can't score.
Yeah, I mean, they had the couple chances. They have the 4 shots. They actually have more shots than the Spartans, but I think the Spartans just do so well with maintaining their composure, maintaining their boost and resources on the defensive side of the ball, and just wait for a mistake to come out from Godfathers, whether it's a double commit, whether it's an over rotation, whether it's just a bad challenge from the third man. I mean, they just wait for the Godfathers to make a mistake, and this one might be it here, as Zenith not able to find a touch. Aciduk going for a bump, Demetree having to get a good save, but again, it whittles away the Godfathers' defense. One by one, it starts to show cracks in their armor as Aciduk is finally going to put that one home. We just see time and time again, Kratozz gets a beat on the defender, forces the next defender to go, and then Marv gets a beat on the third man. Aciduk able to finish that one up before the Godfathers members can get back.
That one is just such a Spartans play, right? It just seems like all 3 of them working in cohesion. I said it in the last game before the series started when we were talking about the bracket. I said the Spartans are my dark horse team. I think they genuinely could make a run, and we're seeing it here, right? They're dismantling this Godfathers team with 2 of the better players in Titan League on them. So, you know, if they can put up this performance, if they can win this series, I think they could go far as Aciduk sends it down. JP with a controlled touch, tries to get a 50. Beautiful 50 from him. Kratozz gonna pay for that one. Zenith tries to drive up on Aciduk. Can't find the touch. Marv to Aciduk. Quack? No, he's not back. Marv can't get that one. Demetree goes up the sidewall. Marv off the ceiling. Zenith tries to get the double. He does, but not on target, as Godfathers, rightfully so, are sending all 3 players. Kratozz with the demo. Marv tries to find the back of the net, but he doesn't necessarily need to score. They just need to waste time here. And I think they've just about done it. They've wasted just enough time. So I can confidently say the Spartans have taken down the Godfathers in 4 in very convincing fashion. What a series from them.
Yeah, I mean, Spartans dominant all the series all the way. I mean, even though they had a couple mistakes where they own gold, they had a couple plays where they just didn't look that great. Godfathers seemed to be able to start getting their way back into it. They immediately slammed the door closed. They didn't let Godfathers get any momentum. I mean, they just look so good, man. I mean, I definitely think that these guys can be a dark horse in the playoffs. I mean, we have some absolutely amazing matches though coming up now in the Titan League. We have Venganza taking on the Spartans, and we have Inferno taking on the Dragons. I mean, these games are going to be so amazing. I can't wait to see what is going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely a fun one. So make sure you guys stay tuned because our next game day is on Friday. All right, Friday and Saturday, matter of fact. And I'm going to be there. Are you going to be there? You better be there. All right. I'm going to be very disappointed if you're not. All right. Well, see you guys later. Have a great rest of your night and happy Thursday, everyone. Peace out.